In the letter of St. Paul to the Romans, the third reading of tonight, St. Paul tells us what significance the death and the resurrection of Jesus should have in the life of a Christian. Those who became a Christian at the preaching of St. Paul were all adults, just as you are, you who will be baptized tonight. Up to their conversion and baptism, they were living a worldly way of life, far from God's grace. But when baptized, they had to make a complete break from their past life and start a new beginning, a life under the protection and the blessing of God. In the same way, on this Easter Vigil, the Church wants us to reflect on the effect of Christ's death and resurrection on us. Is there some effect? Sure, there is. Or there should be. The death and resurrection of Jesus have enabled us to reject sin and to be alive in God. So, our death to sin is like Christ's death. And our starting of a new life in the Spirit is like His resurrection. And we know that if we keep us open to God's grace, the effects of Christ's death and resurrection on us will continue without stop. This is that new life given by God and conquered by His beloved Son that will be given to you, dear candidate of baptism and confirmation sacrament, and that we joyfully celebrate tonight. I would like now to share with you a beautiful story which shows very clearly what the Lord is expecting of you from now on. It happened once upon a time that a man who was asking God what he should do to experience a deepening of his faith. Maybe what you probably also are asking to God tonight, to something that will help you to experience a deepening of your faith. That man suddenly, during a night, had a dream. In his dream, he saw in the middle of the forest a lame fox with only 3 legs, probably the consequence of an accident or while escaping a trap. We don't know. And the man was wondering how this lame fox could survive with such an handicap. Then he saw a tiger approaching, with in his mouth the prey that he had just hunted and he had just started to eat. The tiger ate itself contentedly and left the place. The lame fox then fed on the remnant of the tiger meal. The following night, the man had the same dream. Then he said to himself that through this dream, God surely wants to answer my request. Then through this dream, he is sending to me a clear message namely that the image of the fox in the dream was inviting me to have a complete confidence in God, who will provide every day what I need. So the man just sat in a corner and with a deep faith waited for God to provide him what he needs. Then days pass, and a month later, the man was reduced to almost a skeleton without eating because nobody brought him any food. So desperately, when he was about to lose his consciousness, he turned to God and asked him, "Why did you make me to have this dream if it is to make me to die of hunger? Then God replied to him, "Oh, sorry, you had a wrong understanding. When I allow you to have this dream, I was not inviting you to imitate the handicapped fox. I was urging you to follow the example of the tiger." Dear adult candidate of the baptism and confirmation, through this special encounter that you will have this evening with God and with Jesus Christ through baptism and confirmation, God wants to tell you the time where passively, like the lame fox, you receive assistance and spiritual food from others, this time is terminated. This time is over. With the reception of the Christian initiation sacrament, you undertake the responsibility and receive the task to feed others, like the tiger did with the lame fox, especially to feed members of your own family and friends and other persons in need. Feed them with material and spiritual food. So, once again, stop imitating the lame fox and instead follow the example of the tiger. Amen. Now we will continue our celebration with the baptismal and confirmation liturgy.